friends. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, have a chat. Wanted to talk to you about staying on the positive side of life. I know we all have our struggles and bad things happen to good people and all those things, but you're not stuck and you're not helpless. There are things that you can do to stay on the positive side of life. And I've written down a few ideas that help me to focus on the positive instead of always focusing on the negative. Because we all have negative things that happen in our life. And my struggles aren't any worse than anybody else's. And, you just have to figure out what you're going to do. So, anyway, I have a list here and I don't want to forget anything, so I'm going to refer to it. Anyway, let's get started. And when you have struggles in your life, try and look at something positive, some positive lesson that you can take away out of that struggle. And that will help to, in retrospect, you'll learn that you can get out of the struggle. Take positive steps, even if it's baby steps. At least move in that direction rather than just stay and be stagnant and immobilized by whatever struggle that you're struggling with. So that's one thing. I want to talk about staying away from negative people, critical people. At the very least, you can change your outlook on their opinions. That's all they are. They're their opinions. And don't absorb them into your psyche, but leave them at their doorstep. Don't let them into your house, to your being. Stop toxic relationships. That person might be a lovely person, but it's not the person for you. They may be perfectly fine with somebody else, and you might be perfectly fine with somebody else, but that relationship is not meant for you. A relationship should be, whether it's a marriage or a friendship, it should enhance your life. It shouldn't always be a struggle. And yes, you will have arguments, you'll have, but if it's a constant force in your life that you're at odds with each other, there's a good chance that that relationship is not the right one for you. And in order to be happy, sometimes you have to let these things go. Maybe if it's a love relationship, if you don't want that person totally out of your life, you could make it a friendship, as long as it doesn't hurt you or the other person. Of course, you don't want to hurt the other person either. But if it's a toxic relationship, it's hurting both of you. It's not just hurting one or the other. And a lot of times in a relationship, one is more the aggressor than the other one. So if that's the case, sometimes you just have to let it go. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not quitting, stand by your man and all that stuff, or stand by your woman. There comes a point where you might think about letting it go. So, I want to talk a little bit about health issues. The thing about the health issues is if you have a desire to continue doing some things that you love to do, go ahead and do what you can with it. You may not be able to run a marathon anymore if you were a runner when you were younger, but maybe you can walk, and if you can't walk anymore, let's say something happens and, this has never happened to me. I can only speak from what I might do. You know, if something happened to me, my arthritis got so bad that I couldn't walk anymore, you can still go outside and enjoy nature. You know, don't lock yourself away in a house with the shades drawn and go into a depression. Continue to do the things you love to do, but make the adjustments that you need to make in order to be happy and in order to have a fulfilling life doing things that you love to do. Um, Spend time with positive people who inspire you and love you. People that control you or want to control you don't really love you. They think they do, but they don't really love you. Control is loving yourself. You love yourself more than you love that person that you're trying to control. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an issue. So that's not a healthy relationship if you have somebody that always needs to be in control. So that's one thing. Um, Reduce as much stress in your life as you can. Downsize your to-do list. Um, if something really bothers you, then stop doing it. Don't let guilt, we've all got that little guilty guy in the back of our head going, you can't stop doing that. You have to keep doing it because it's something that maybe you thought you might like to do, or at some point, maybe you did enjoy doing it. But if you don't enjoy doing it anymore, then stop doing it. I mean, obviously, if you have little children or babies or whatever, you can't stop taking care of them. Or if you have a loved one that needs your help, you know, things like that. I'm not talking about things like that. I'm talking about, you know, you wanted to bake bread and it's just not working. Well, stop doing it. If it's making you unhappy, take it off your to-do list. You shouldn't have a list of shoulds. You should have a list of things that you want to do, not things that you should do. And there's a lot of people out there, well, you should do this, you should do that. You know, okay, that's their opinion. It's an opinion. It's not a law, it's not anything but an opinion. And once you start thinking of things in that manner, then you can go, okay, I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing your opinion with me, but I don't want to do things that way. I don't agree with your opinion. And do what it is that you want to do with your life. This life was given to you, not through somebody else that wants to shape you into a certain way. That's just not a thing that you want to do to make yourself happy. And let's see what else. Sorry, I gotta turn the page. I think it's important to spend time alone every single day. And I'm not just talking about 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. I'm talking about taking time to just be still until you can calm yourself down or, you know, you feel relief from tension. So that's very important and it's not selfish. So I feel that that's a very important thing to do to keep your life on a positive track. Stop being busy all the time and don't feel guilty because you're not being and doing every minute. I believe that as creatures of God that, you know, or creatures of the universe, whatever your beliefs are, we weren't meant for that. You know, we were meant to be thinkers and not always doers. Yes, we are doers too, but we are thinkers. We are deep thinkers. And I believe that's very important. And another thing that you could do is journal. Write your thoughts down. You know, if you don't like to write, you can talk into a recorder and write your thoughts down just to get your head straight and comfortable and relaxed. And that's very important to do, I believe, every day, not just, here and there, or if you have 5 minutes in the bathroom um, to yourself. You need more than that. Go out in nature and be alone. It's okay to go somewhere by yourself for half an hour or whatever and just be with yourself. That's the only way you're going to know what it is you need. And I really don't feel that that's being selfish. You know, we all want to help our loved ones and do things for other people, but you have to take care of yourself too. And that's not selfish. That's one of the keys to a happy, fulfilled life. Let me see, what else? Um, oh, I believe it's important that if you start something, it's okay to change directions. You don't have to make it a lifelong pursuit. Let's say, again, I'll take the bread making example. If you want to learn to bake bread and you really work hard at it and it's just not working for you and it becomes more of a frustration than a pleasure, then I believe that it's perfectly okay to stop doing it. There's nothing wrong with saying, I quit doing that. I mean, our society is very fond of, oh, don't quit, and you got to keep going and rah, rah, rah. But that's not always a good thing. Sometimes it's okay to quit. There's nothing wrong with that. Go in a different direction. Find things that speak to your soul. And the only way you're going to find that is by trying different things and not necessarily keeping all the things you try. That just adds to stress. So it's okay to quit. Nothing wrong with that. So, what else did I have? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about feeling stuck. Okay, now there are certain situations where you truly might be stuck for a while, but I don't think any of us, I mean, unless we're in a prison somewhere because we did something wrong, but the average person sticks themselves in a stuck situation, if that makes sense. We feel like we're stuck. We constrain ourselves and make ourselves feel like we're stuck when really we're not. You know, we're stuck in a room with a door or a window and we feel like, oh my God, we're stuck. Open the door, open the window. Even if you can't do it all at once, at least take the steps towards the door or the steps towards the window and then eventually walk out of that situation. So, you know, it's the definition of insanity that I'm sure we've all heard. If you keep doing what you do and you keep getting what you got, do something different. Do it in a different way. So, anyway, I think that's all I have. Um, yep, I think I went through my list. So, anyway, are there situations where you feel like you're stuck or you're not happy with your life? Um, Hopefully, some of these things that I've talked about might be a little bit of a help to you. At least consider trying some of these things. I know they work for me. I'm 69 years old and it's worked for me my whole life. And I haven't always had everything perfect, but you need to figure out something to make yourself happy, because if you're not happy, you can't make anybody else happy. And you can't make anybody else happy anyway. that happiness needs to come from inside your soul. And it's something that it's a gift that you can give to other people. If you're happy, then you can spread that happiness and the love to other people. So hopefully I don't sound like I'm lecturing here, but I just wanted to share some of these things with you because I care about all of you. Um, I'm making some very good friends here on YouTube, and I really truly do care about everybody. So leave me a comment down below. You're never alone. You know, you always have somebody that you can talk to or help you. And I just wanted to get that out there and say, you know, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.